Welcome. Bienvenidos to the show. Here we are. Once again. Suciotalk. Finally got a guest today, so you guys don't have to hear me ramble. Although that has been fun. Shout out to Chef Mark Rodriguez and Andrew Chang. They have both gotten me a lot of podcasts. And so I want to thank them for that. They did that all on their own accord. I did not pay them money. They just like the show. They want to hear from certain people, and they want to make the connection. So thankful for those people. I'm sitting here right now in Chi-Town, Chicago. I got a few. I wasn't going to be able to make it up here on the road trip, so I decided to take a flight over here, line up a few podcasts of people that I met last time that I did not get the chance to do one with. So today we will be talking to Hilary Grossman, who was the former pastry chef of Rosemary, the restaurant in Chicago. That restaurant is Chef Joe Flam's restaurant, Flamm. Shout out to him. Chef Joe Flam decided to want to do a podcast with me, so a few episodes ago we did one here during my Chicago trip. Very thankful to him. He's been, more than nice. We chat a little bit here and there on Instagram, nothing major, but I hope him and his family are doing well. So, former pastry chef, have no idea why. We'll find out when she gets here. But super excited to have a guest, for one. Two, a pastry chef that I never have. That's a whole different set of values and struggles, So I can't wait to showcase that. As far as the road trip, thank you for all the support that has come through. Pretty much I'm all stocked up for all cities now. A few here and there, need to nail down scheduling and timing. These things take about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and, time is the most valuable thing that anybody could ever give you. So for those chefs out there who are afraid to say no to me, just say no, baby. It's better than leaving me on scene. You know what I mean? Just tell me, no, I don't want to be on your goddamn show, David, and I'll take the hint. No worries. Like I said, time is the most valuable thing that any of us could give. So I am thankful for the chefs who can be on, and I'm thankful for the chefs who tell me straight up, I don't have time for that shit, or no, I do not want to be on your show. But those of you who are not answering, bro, you're not hurting my feelings. It's okay. Just tell me straight up, hey, we ain't got time for this. I got you, bro. I don't expect anybody to give me their time, just out of nowhere. It's honestly a blessing that I'm able to do this podcast, and enough people are willing to give me the time of day to talk to them and get their stories across. So while I'm out here in Chicago, I'll be eating at Royster 59, and Big Kids. Can't wait to see Big Kids. To see the chef over there. I saw that they're bringing in this kind of tasting menu idea to their already casual sandwich restaurant. So they're doing, it's called Kids Table, and it's a tasting menu. And I really dug the way that they put the messaging together. It's a fine dining scene that's not uncomfortable or makes you feel like you should be acting a certain way. So we should really be appreciative of those chefs out there who are pushing that narrative, because that is a beautiful narrative. We see it in High Felicia Supper Club. We see it with these guys now. OKO Supper Club, just breaking the boundaries to what is fine dining and what is accepted as fine dining. And, we've all been there to those restaurants. You dream of going to your favorite chef's restaurant your whole life, and then you get to that dining room and you feel stuffy. You feel like you don't belong there. Not by how the kitchen or the staff treats you, but just how the other people are perceiving you in the room. I had that same situation when I went to go eat at Leadberry. I went for lunch. They hooked it up with the whole dinner tasting, and I got these fools looking at me during lunch like all dressed to the nines, and I'm in my flannel, and they're like, who the hell is this guy getting all this shit, Was sort of uncomfortable at first, but at the end of the day, I'm like, fuck it, B. I'm Sucio. You got to hook it up. It's all good. Also was looking back on that time in my life, grateful that I could go to Europe before we all shut down for COVID, so that was nice. Been traveling, getting on airplanes and seeing how the world is out there on the airplane sitch, which I really don't understand at this point. I don't even think we should be wearing masks. Like honestly, it doesn't make a difference. Everyone takes their masks off to eat during the plane ride, takes it off to drink water. Like, I don't think that really is helping us. But then again, I'm not a goddamn medical expert, so I'm going to shut the fuck up now. All right? So yeah, big things, road trip. First few stops, Kansas, Denver. Having dinner at Senor Bear. Then going to interview my boy Miles, and I got another chef out there in Denver who I'll be interviewing. The way I'll do this is I'll basically do the episode and just drop it as soon as I can. I'm not waiting necessarily for Mondays because I already owe you guys 8 episodes of ramblings that need to be turned into guest episodes, plus the 52 episodes that I want to get done before the anniversary of the podcast. Let's see if I can do it. I'm pretty confident that I'll get close, and if not, by the end of November, we'll have shattered that goal. I'm at 15,000 downloads all day since last November, so that's more than 1,000 downloads a month average. That's more than I could have ever asked for. So thank you very much to everybody for listening, continuing to tune in, continuing to write me and let me know if there's something that you want to know about, if there's something you want to hear about, if there's a question that I should be asking during these interviews. Let me know, guys. Because at the end of the day, you're listening to it, so what better way to curate what you want to listen to podcast-wise by, hitting up your boy Dave saying, hey, what up? I want you should ask these questions more, or like, hey, how about you ask this question, or what is this? Explain this to me from the last episode. I'm also still waiting for emails of funny kitchen stories, funny work stories, funny stories, good stories, uplifting stories, whatever you got. Take the time, write down an email, suciotalk@gmail.com. As soon as I'm getting some T-shirts and some mugs worked out. As soon as that happens, possibly a hoodie for those that are helping me book a lot of podcasts for this road trip. Once I get that going, maybe that'll be an incentive. You write in a story, I'll send you a T-shirt. All right, that way you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Chi-Town, going to go eat at Royster. Then tomorrow I'm completely open, so suggestions welcome. Funny thing just happened to me. I checked into the hotel, and as I'm walking to my room, I noticed that the man next to me that was also checking into his room was with me in the elevator. I'm like, all right, cool. I talked to him a little bit, and then we're walking down, and we end up at the same room. And it's like, we're like, wait a minute, are you in the same room as me? We're like, yo, yeah, we are. We're like, I didn't know this was some hotels tonight pool type of shit. You know what I mean? Like some Uber pool. So we go back downstairs, and he was the original member of the room. So I got bumped up a little bit. So I'm happy about that. I'm on the 11th floor, although the window completely comes off, which I have never seen in a hotel room Well, I have seen it in a hotel room, but not anymore. You don't see that anymore because people will be jumping out. But this is a prime suicide room right here. If you're ever in Chicago, the Lincoln Hotel. Check it out, the 11th floor. So good hotel, good food, good podcasting, good travel. Can't wait to get to Nashville. That's going to be a lot of fun. Chef Trevor Perkins is going to come out and meet me. We're going to go out to eat at Locust. I'm going to check out a metal show, Obituary. It's going to be fucking awesome. Other than that, I don't have much updates. Pretty sure I laid it all out on the last few. But definitely excited to get some more guests on the show more frequently. So what's happening now, and this is probably the first time I've ever done this, where I'm recording the intro before the interview. That usually is the other way around, where I'll record the podcast and then make an intro afterwards. So I think I want to get into this sort of flow where I'm making the intro before the show. We'll see how that works out. My ADHD brain. Which I've been seeing a lot of, I read this post the other day about ADHD and all the struggles that we have, and that shit is real, dog. I mean, I was diagnosed in 2005, and you really don't, until you take a second to stop and think about it, you don't really have a grasp on what is going on with you. And I'm telling you, it's like the hardest thing in my life to focus. And I think that's a part of the reason why I do this podcast, just so I can sit in front of a microphone for a fucking hour and just talk without looking at my phone, without looking at anything. So I'm grateful that I can do that kind of thing. I don't know what my original point was, but that's okay because it's my podcast. Let me know if I should check out any more spots in Chicago. Other than that, you see the list on Instagram. David Sucio is my Instagram. David Sucio is my Twitter. David Sucio is my YouTube. So check it out. Subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to the notification little bell on the top of my profile page on Instagram, so you can get new post notifications. That really, really, really helps out a lot. I'm going to be making more videos while on the road, so watch out for those. Those will be mainly on my YouTube, but I'll probably cross-platform it. Once again, I'm not a creator. I'm just having some fun, and I'm showing you what's going on in my life. Some people could say that. I also was thinking about the word podcast and the fact that I don't fucking like the word podcast. So I think I'm going to adapt some kind of Suciotalk FM kind of thing, or suciotalk.fm or something instead of sucio_talk, because let's face it, the underscore doesn't really serve a purpose, does it now, David? I thought it was cool at the beginning because I'm like, oh yeah, it rhymes my name on Instagram, and it's like, I don't fucking need that either. So we'll see. As far as Atlanta goes, I have no chef podcast there, so if you guys know anybody, let me know. Other than that, I'll see you guys next week, or actually a couple days from now when I do this podcast with Miles and them. So shout out to you guys out there. Be safe. I know that the weather's changing. It can make it feel easier to stay inside, make it feel easier to not be active. I want you to just turn to that voice, turn to that face in your mind, and just tell them to fuck off. All right, you got shit to do. You're a busy individual. You don't have time to be lazy, even if it's cold outside. So get the fuck out there. Do what you got to do. Work out, train, learn something new, learn a new language, call somebody that you haven't called in a long time. Just be a fucking better human being. And if you were living in some kind of stress, just know that there is an answer. There is a way out. All right? If you need anything from me, suciotalk@gmail.com. Feel free to email whenever. And make sure to subscribe. And anytime you're listening to the show, shout it out on your social media. All right? So when I come back on, after we pay the bills, all right, because I'm I'm going to do basically ads again after I close out the intro. So here we go. Let's pay the bills, and we'll be back with Hilary Grossman.